Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to the DIY remote control robot course with the Raspberry Pi Pico W. In this segment, we'll be learning how to use the HC SR04 ultrasonic module with RGB to write a program that measures the distance and changes the color of the module. This is a great component to use because not only does it offer us a practical use case of obstacle avoidance by measuring the distance, but also adds a nice touch to our project with the colors in the module itself that we can easily program in MicroPython. Be sure to watch the previous segments of this tutorial series. We went over a lot up to this point, and do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe before we get started. Let's delve into the program and learn how to measure distance and change the color of the module. Okay, so first things first, just go ahead into Thani and we're going to write a Python script. All of the code for this tutorial today is in the blog down below at ShillehTek.com, so you can go ahead and get that for free by following the link if you don't feel like copying along per se. I suggest you just learn the code at a high level. And so one thing with this code is you just want to make a Python file, name it whatever you like, but in conjunction with this code, we also want this neopixel.py file. So this is something we're not going to change. And this is just a helper library I found online for turning on neopixels in MicroPython. So go ahead and make another file called neopixel.py and save it within the same folder as your other file. So I call it HC SR04 underscore RGB.py. And this neopixel.py code will also be on ShillehTek.com. So in this code, I added a high-level comment just to help you guys out. And pretty much what this code is doing is we're just doing some importing here. Top machine, which you've heard of, random. So this is just to get a random number to turn on the colors for fun. I'll talk about that more in a second. Time library, and then the neopixel. So that is the neopixel.py. And first, we are just going to initialize the ultrasonic sensor. So we set the speed of sound when we use these things. And we set the pins respectively. And then we also set the neopixels. So we have 6 neopixels, I think 3 in each cylinder. And what we're going to do is we're going to define some colors for those neopixels. This is just for fun. When we go ahead and we're going to run a fun function that just changes the colors randomly, just to show you how diverse the colors can be in this device. And so this first helper function we define here is just we get the distance. So this simply gets the distance and it calculates it in centimeters and it returns it to us. So pretty much what the ultrasonic module does is it sends out an ultrasonic signal, waits for one back, and doing some math, you can calculate the distance based on the speed of sound in air. So we set that up here. That is that 340. So this is an important number because that gives us an accurate representation of the speed or of the distance based on the speed of sound. And then we have another function called change color with distance. So based on this distance value, we're going to change the color. So if it's really close, red, so stop. If it's medium distance, yellow. And if it's far away, we could say green. And pretty much what we're going to do is we're going to set all of the pixels to that value. And we are just going to do this every second if we call the change color with distance function. And another function I have, which I'll show you to call next, is just fun. This has nothing to do with distance. It's just to assign random colors to the neopixels, and it just does that randomly, okay? So this is the code. So if you want to get the code to work, you can call either one of these functions. You can call change color with distance, or you can call fun. So actually first, let's go ahead and call fun and just show you that all the colors it has. So once you have the code in, just go ahead and run the code. So on this screen here on this video, you can see that the colors are changing. So many different colors. You can get creative and even change the colors up here in the color dict, and you can define other colors as well. So you see how cool this HC SR04 with RGB is. It has LEDs within the cylinders themselves. So that's just fun. And then the next function we have, which is more practical, is we are going to change color with distance. And this is pretty much the function we're going to use in the final program in the next video, where we're going to stop the robot if it gets too close to a obstacle. So let's change color with distance. So we can go here, okay? Go ahead and stop. Now let's go ahead and run change color with distance, and I'll show you briefly how it works. So you see it's running, my robot's pointed at a wall, so the wall's far away, or relatively far away. Actually, it's not pointing at a wall, it's pointing at my camera right now, which is about 30 centimeters away, which makes sense. So if I go ahead and put my hand in front of it, it should turn red. And if I move it medium distance, it should turn yellow. There we go, so it caught my hand. And if I keep moving my hand back, it should turn green. So that's pretty much all the program is. So you see it was able to measure the distance accurately. Make sure if you're using jumper wires, make sure they're secure, because as I mentioned, they can be kind of loose because this module isn't designed necessarily for jumper wires. Otherwise, if you have that 5-pin JST connector, it should work perfectly, and you should see the centimeter readings down there. So now we're measuring distance, and now we're able to change color. And in the next program, in our final segments of the tutorial series, we'll be integrating this type of code to actually stop the robot if it gets too close to an obstacle. So that sums it up for this segment in the tutorial series. At this point, you should understand the basics of the HC SR04 ultrasonic module with RGB, as we will be integrating that in our last program in the next segment for some simple obstacle avoidance. Hope you got things working, and let me know in the comment section how you are doing. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and tell your friends about the channel, and I will see you in the final segment for the DIY robotics course. Thanks for watching.